Hey, welcome to the video. So today I am giving you the top 20 things to do while you are bored in Gorebox. And these are some of the things I do when I'm bored in Gorebox. Now, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to leave a like. And while you're down there, subscribe because it's free and it helps me out a ton. Now, let's get back to the video. At the number 20 spot, we have Fight in a Zombie Apocalypse. You can use whatever map you want for this, and this can be fun if you're looking for something that might be a challenge if you set it up right. I would only advise you do this if you have a good PC and you want to spawn more than 100 zombies. Otherwise, it is a great way to pass the time for something as small as this. At number 19, we have the Mini Chopper. Now, the Mini Chopper is really fun, but the only thing you need to do is take off very slowly, or else you will just flip it over. Now, while you're flying it, it is a little harder to control, but more fun if you fly it into random people. You also get a nice view of the map while you're up here. Number 18, make a nuke. Now, this is very easy and fun. All you need to do is spawn an open box and make it as big as possible and bring it up as high as you want. After that, you start filling it up, and whenever you're ready, just delete the box and let the magic happen. Number 17, the Lawnmower Murderer. This is always a fun one to do because all you need to do is spawn a bunch of gore dolls and then just start running them over with a lawnmower. Sometimes I even line them up because I think it'll be satisfying. And this is just always a go to for me. Number 16, drive around in tiny cars. Now, these can be really fun, but you don't want to shrink them all the way down because if you do, any damage the car receives will probably blow it up. And my favorite cars to do this with are the ambulance and the sports car, or as I like to call it, Sheepergini. Now, you can also hit some pretty sick drifts in the sports car if you're good enough, because it goes insanely fast, and the ambulance is nice and tanky, so you can usually go smaller than most other cars in the game. All right, coming in at number 15, we have Make Frankenstein's Monster. Now, this can be fun if you're looking for a kind of a gore jigsaw puzzle, and you can actually link each joint together with the link power on your RCV2. No, it isn't as easy as it looks, but it is still just as fun to pull off when you do. And as you can see here, I got a little too carried away with doing it. At number 14, we have Build a Map. Now, this can be fun for the creative aspect of the game, and I would love to see some of the maps you guys create because I also plan on going through recommended custom maps and rating them. You could choose what the map name is and get to write out a description of it. And the map creator tool is built into your game, so it's completely free unless you paid for the Steam version of the game. You can place blocks, spawn pads, you can even play test to see if it works correctly. You can even enable and disable collisions on some blocks. Now, if you don't have any creativity and want more action, don't worry, this next one might be for you. Number 13, play some missions. Now, if you're looking for more of the action side of this game, you should definitely try out the missions. You can either make a custom mission, apocalypse mission, or just generate a random mission. And you just do 3 easy clicks, and boom, you're in the action. You also get an achievement for doing these missions, by the way. Here's my second random mission I tried. You can also change the difficulty if it seems too easy for you. Number 12. Make a Beyblade. Making a Beyblade is super easy. All you really need is 4 plasma thrusters, and you're pretty much set. But you just need to place them correctly and make sure they are linked right, or else it won't work as well as you would hope. I'm pretty sure you guys can come up with some pretty weird and awesome ways to use this. And once your Beyblade is ready, you can turn on time shift, activate all the thrusters, and watch the chaos ensue. Number 11, do a challenge. Here, you want to challenge yourself so you can get better at the game or maybe even PvP if that suits your needs. It also trains your quick problem solving skills because you will need to be able to think fast in order to overcome some challenges in the long run. For example, you can fight a fallen soldier with a light weapon, or beat a shadow mutant using only your fists. These are a couple challenges I have done in the past to try and get better at the game. Number 10, the Mini Mower Massacre. Here, you want to take a lawnmower and make it as small as possible and try to kill people with it. This can be a decent challenge if you need one, but it also is very entertaining because you know at the end there is a reward. You unalive someone with a mini mower. This one I have had lots of fun with in the past, especially when I'm using it on Phil. Number 9, try some trick shots. This is a very simple way to play Gorebox. You can stick with some basic trick shots, or you can just start to move on to more and more advanced trick shots the more you get bored. Like some of the trick shots here are some simple ones you can start off with if you were just starting out with the game. Now, there are a couple other trick shots you can do. You know, higher up ones. You can try and start from a lower plane and spawn them up on a higher plane and try and 360 them. Number 8, host a multiplayer server. Now, this one most of you have already done and nobody joined, but you gotta remember some tricks about multiplayer. Players like to look for something that can be fun to engage for hours, like, for example, a gun shop, where a ton of players will more than likely join just to have a good time. So, have a good server name and description, and people should start joining pretty quickly. But I mean, obviously, I didn't get anyone to join because the server wasn't going to be up for too long anyway. But you can still go around and have some fun shooting stuff while waiting for players. Number 7, join a multiplayer server. This one is pretty simple too. You just go to multiplayer, look for a server that piques your interest, and join it. You can engage with the community on there and have some fun in the process because, well, servers are pretty unpredictable nowadays, so you never really know what you're going to get. Now, another thing to look out for is some toxic server owners or owners that abuse their powers and kill players for fun. If you encounter one of these, just leave the server. Don't even bother trying. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more destructive, this next one is perfect for you. Number 6, blow up the destructible towers. This one is quick and simple as well, but it is always entertaining to find new ways to destroy these towers, which is what they were added for in the first place. Now, just I typically just use plasma bottles or radioactive barrels, but there are other ways you can do it too. And then whenever you're ready, you can just detonate the explosives and again, watch the magic happen and the chaos ensue. Number 5, gore boxing. Gore boxing is where you have two gore dolls fight each other using only their fists to see who comes out on top. And this works great in the Boxers Arena map from the workshop. You can also give them armor to be able to identify who is who and make the fight last a little longer so you can just sit back and watch the fight unfolds. Number 4, fight the bosses. This one most players have already done, but if you haven't, well, you might want to get to it because you can unlock some pretty cool things just from beating the only two that are in the game currently. These two being Phil and the Observer, which I will link videos on how to beat those up at the top right corner of the video right now. Now, for obvious reasons, you're probably going to be struggling against Phil and the Observer, and, well, they are supposed to be really hard, but there are easier ways to defeat both of them. Which, I mean, that's what my videos are for. I do have videos on multiple different ways to defeat Phil and an easy way to defeat the Observer. Number 3, start a war. Personally, my favorite map to do this on is Desert Bridge because it already splits us and we can just fight it out on the bridge. And I typically do this and try and steal the helicopter without dying, get it to our side of the map, and then just keep spawning stuff in until I die. You can spawn at whatever enemies you want to fight on the opposite side of the map. Just set a goal to accomplish, or you can just keep fighting everything until you get bored. Number 2, A Train. This one is so simple, yet so fun to do. All you need to do is enable time shift at 1% speed and run full speed into any Gordol of your choice. After that, you just watch them explode everywhere, either with time shift still enabled or just turn it off to watch the body parts fly. Overall, this is one of the more entertaining things to do. And the one thing that takes the number one spot, killing the server owner. What you want to look for is a server with what looks like a new player, or maybe even if you get lucky, someone who hasn't defeated the observer boss, and you go out and ask them for any weapon but add the mighty skin. If they are new, they will probably do it, and it is so much fun to do every time. Now, just don't be a dick about it. At least let the owner kill you afterwards and whatever they want. Otherwise, it won't really give you that good of a rep. As you can see here, if they have not defeated the Observer boss, this is what happens to them when they try and hold a gun with the Mighty Skin. Now, if they have defeated the Observer boss, they won't have a problem holding it and they won't explode. But, I mean, it's still entertaining just to watch the owner be so confused as to why they just blew up into a million little giblets. It's just one of the funniest things ever. And here's the point where I just let the server owner kill me because, as I said, don't be a dick. I'm not going to be a dick. I'm going to let the server owner kill me in whatever way he wants, which he shot me with an RPG and a helicopter. But, yeah, you go out, have fun, stop being bored. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Great. I have a message. I just recently created a Discord server, and if you want to join and post all your Gorebox content and have some fun, come join now. And whoever's the first 10 people to join will get a VIP role. You can find an invite link in my bio or in the comments below. Now, if you also want to see more content like this, leave a like, and while you're down there, subscribe. It's free and it helps me out a ton. Catch you later.